right, welcome. I wanted to give a quick little video of what we discussed in class regarding the MLA format for your research paper. This is going to use Google Docs because it will automatically save it for you. And with add-on extensions like Grammarly, you can have a website extension connect in and find any spelling errors, any punctuation, verb, all of those potential grammar mistakes. It will go ahead and catch it for you, which can help keep your grade at a higher amount. So when we're going through and opening up a new Google document, it will have an untitled name. What I would like for you to do is put in the title. I'm going to put in MLA format so that you'll have it. Then hit your underscore, which is the shift and the dash right next to the number 0 at the top of your keyboard, but it'll just draw a line underneath that. Put in your last name as all capitals, and then your first name standard writing, capital and lowercase. That way, whenever you go to share and upload your story, your paper, I can find that easier. And this is a normal standard procedure throughout most online classes, anytime that you're submitting work so that your professor or your teachers can locate it. There may be a few additional things that will need to be uploaded, such as your class period or class title. That kind of helps them out. All right, so as you're typing, you'll see that our margins are already defaulted to 1% or 1 inch on both the left and the right. But you will go in and type in your first and last name, our class title, and our section, in this case, period 7. Type in my name as your teacher, and then put in today's date. All right, so I'm going to hit return twice so that there's a space. I'm going to come over here to my center alignment and type in my title, whatever that happens to be. In this case, I'll put in my historical figures, name. That way we can find that from there. I'll hit enter twice again. Change my alignment again up here using these bars to my left, and I will begin typing by hitting tab and typing from there. Okay, I just copied in a whole bunch of work. Oh, I'm going to remove that and fix that. So there's my tab, which is right next to the letter Q, and I begin my introduction paragraph. To add in my heading, right here, I can change this to heading 3, and it will go ahead and put that in there every time, same formatting, so I do not have to worry about that. And then I can put in whatever my detail is for this particular section about that person. Now, you may have more than one paragraph to support that detail, to talk about that detail. And if that's the case, that's perfectly normal and it's expected. So no worries there. No worries there. At the very end, I do have my conclusion paragraph where I also will restate and rewrite my thesis statement in a way that's going to remind the reader what you shared with them throughout your research paper. Remember throughout this to always show and lead, but do not directly tell what you will be writing. And I put in a contraction there. I should not have done that. Stay away from contractions in your formal papers. Contractions are informal that you would use to speak to your friends. Formal writing, you want that standardized writing that will go, it could potentially go around the world. And then have your closing sentence for the paragraph to provide a short statement of what you intended the reader to have learned from your paper. Now I have gone through here and let's see, I can highlight my text and create a word count under tools and display the word count while I'm typing so that I know what to put in. When you are selecting your word count, be sure that you do not include your paper's title or this information about yourself, your header. None of that would connect with that, would count. But I'm going to go through here and highlight all of this because my spacing is completely off. And come here to my line and paragraph spacing, click double, and then make sure that this prevent single lines is listed, is check marked as well. That way I can maintain the same formatting throughout. One additional thing you will need to add when you're setting up your page, and you can do this as soon as you finish your heading. You can change your paragraph. You can make sure that your font is a font size of 12 using either Arial or New Times Roman, Times New Roman, however they title that. I need to put in my header for each one of my pages. So I'm going to click Insert, come down here to Headers and Footer. I just want my header, and I'm going to type in my last name. Oops, sorry. And then hit a space, come back to Insert, and ask for a page number to be listed up in that top right corner. And then all of that is in there. Your tools will also list your spell check, and we can check that. Oh, see, I made a mistake here. I can accept it. Introduce the detail for this paragraph. That one I do not want to necessarily make that plural. I may want to leave that singular, so you can either ignore or accept. I'm just going to let you know your names are always probably going to be adjusted in there, but you can accept or ignore depending on what works best for that sentence. So it's not always a full 100% accurate, because you still need to go through and know what are those rules for that particular paragraph. Now, when you are completely ready to submit your draft and submit your final, oh, before I forget, our works cited. Our works cited will be the very last page. The very last page. And what we'll do at the top here, we can have our heading for title, center justification, and just type works cited. And then you'll begin to list out each one of your works cited following the formatting that we have presented in class under the research notes from a book, an encyclopedia, whether that's be a physical book or online, your website, those kind of things. You'll want to make sure that you include all of that with it. Now, when I'm ready to send it and everything's great, I can come over here to File, scroll down to Download. I would suggest that you download it as a PDF. This will prevent others from changing it or from the formatting adjusting. If you save it as a PDF, that format will stay the same, and we'll click on it. It will go ahead and start to download it and give you this pop-up, which then you can click onto this and then save it to your particular thing. So there's my formatting all set. Sometimes you have to click this little download button so that you can then save it into your paragraph or into your folder, which then you could then upload into me. I'm just gonna stick this here. And then you can upload it into the actual document. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to ask.